Hi folks, this is your MWIS Fleeting View in association with Petzl. Following the recent thawing, we will be back below freezing point across the mountains this week, most sustained across the Scottish Munros. We will add some snow back to the ground as well, with showers of snow and hail, and at times something a bit more organised as a front comes in from the west. Weather conditions will vary and wind speeds will vary throughout this week, but still a risk of gales in the forecast at times. Monday is one of those particularly windy days, with southwesterlies, gales extensively across higher terrain, severe gales on higher Scottish tops, most sustained in northern regions. It's a showery day, and those showers will be most frequent across western Scotland, but some extending well eastwards into the Cairngorms as well. Those will fall as snow across the Munros, even to around 700 metres, and some hail in the mix at times as well. England and Wales will see some showers too, quite frequent just around dawn, then a gap in between just the showery episodes with some sunshine coming through for a few hours, but showers threaten later in the day coming back in from the west. The freezing level situation is looking like this. On Monday it's around 900 metres, maybe just a bit lower at times in Scotland, tending to drop a bit further by Monday night, down below 800 metres, and dropping onto the tops in England and Wales as well by this time. For Tuesday we're typically around the 800 metre mark across the Highlands, a bit lower in places particularly further north, and near to freezing at around 900 metres over England and Wales. Into Wednesday, the chance of coming down a bit lower, at least early in the day, and perhaps staying at around 600 to 800 metres broadly across the Highlands, some local variations in there. For Northern England, around or just below 800 metres. For Wales, may just lift above the higher tops for a time before coming back down again. And overnight into Thursday gives the risk of some frost into some valleys, and that freezing level hovering around 800 metres again by that time, just lifting a bit later in the day. By Friday, we're in that sort of 800 to 1,000 metre range typically. The weather sequence onwards into midweek sees Tuesday looking quite similar to Monday. A bit more of a westerly orientation to the wind will drive showers inland again though from western coasts, and those frequent with hail and some snow in the mix over the mountains as well. Fewer showers further eastwards, a brisk wind, a considerable wind chill, not quite as strong speeds though as compared to Monday. Some complications during midweek as an area of low pressure approaches from the west, and that looks to be moving in a little bit quicker than some earlier model indications showed. Still uncertain exactly how soon the precipitation extends north and eastwards, but the idea of some upland snowfalls pretty widely across Scotland and northern England, below around 600 metres or so, mostly rain or some sleet maybe for a time. Areas of snow trying to push northeastwards through the Highlands, may not be too much north of the Cairngorms and the far north, likely to be more persistent around southern and southwestern parts of the Highlands, a band of rain and hill snow passing east across England and Wales. Showers will follow on a brisk westerly wind that could well be up to gale force for periods during Wednesday, those showers with snow and hail in the mix as well. So a bit of a challenging day from a forecasting point of view, and if you're planning to be out and about on Wednesday, with some periods of persistent snow possibly across the hills and mountains. That weather system clearing away then as we head onwards into Thursday, but leaves in its wake a brisk westerly wind across many places, so still a considerable wind chill and a few showers of snow in the forecast once again across the mountains, most frequent across western areas in Scotland. An area of high pressure shows some signs of building up from the south by this stage, and that may just expand a bit further northwards onwards into Friday to give many places a drier outlook. Still a few showers up the west coast of Scotland and rather windy still across more western and northern regions, lighter winds further south and east, and some brighter and some sunny spells in that forecast. Stepping that on to look at the big picture toward the weekend, and we're looking again at low pressure well up toward the north near Iceland, and a front that trails southwards from that, which may just push through by Friday night into Saturday. Detail and timing there is uncertain, but we're looking like a west-southwesterly that will prevail. Now that could just be strengthening increasingly through the weekend, so watch the timings of this, but the risk of gales returning increasingly widely onwards into Sunday on this chart at least, with precipitation setting in perhaps more widely as rain with time as temperatures just lift on that southwesterly flow, and the greatest risk of the poorer conditions across western Scotland by that stage. Further forwards, and it does seem as though an Atlantic westerly type will prevail, probably the temperatures just fluctuating above and below freezing over the mountains as the wind just switches southwest to westerly, but a rather unsettled and windy trend onwards into early March. As always, all your details for 3 days ahead can be found on our website for your local area. That is your Fleeting View in association with Petzl.